All right, we are at the track at New Balance Nationals, and I'm joined now by Drew Griffith, the boys 2-mile national champion. Just broke the national record, 8:34.
Yep.
How do we feel about that? Does that seem surreal?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty awesome experience. Just coming into this race, that was kind of the goal, and to be able to come away from it and pull it off, it's something else.
I'm just going to immediately pull up this race, and we can chat all about it as we got it going on here. I don't know if you've had the chance to watch it yet.
Yeah, not yet.
But coming in, you got to think that was the goal, right? Because earlier this season, when you went out to Notre Dame, where you'll be going next year, you ran 8:38, right?
Yep.
Did you know going in that it would not count officially?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so somebody had told me, like, since it's technically oversized, 320 meters, it won't count, but I still went after it anyways.
Was there a little chip on your shoulder after that, though, where you're like, all right, well, like, you're telling me it doesn't count, I'll show you.
Yeah, that's exactly how it went, so.
So 2-mile this weekend, was that always the plan the whole year? Did you ever consider doing the 5K or the mile?
Yeah, so the original plan after cross was actually going to the 5K because I was just feeling super good after cross, and that was the plan, but things kind of changed during the indoor season. Then I was more geared towards the mile, looking to break 4 maybe, but after the Notre Dame 2-mile, it was just, all right, we're going to 2-mile.
Is it unreal to kind of think about the fact that not only you're taking a record from anyone, you're taking a record from Ed Cheserek, like the king himself?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy when you think about what he's done over his career and how successful he's been. It makes it that much more special.
So looking at this race here now, very nice of Marcus Riley to come out and grab at you.
Yeah, huge shout out to Marcus.
What were you asking for?
I mean, really just for him to take me out at a solid pace, like 4:18, and stick right on those lights, and mainly take a lot of the work away that first mile.
Was that, I guess, clutch having the lights there and knowing exactly where you needed to be? Are you paying attention to that?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure if I was going to or not going into the race, but once I hit like a mile and I saw them right there, it was like, okay, let me try to get a little ahead of them maybe, and just being aware of that time was like super helpful.
You look completely locked in there. I saw you just like looking down. You're like checking his feet, making sure that you're not tripping over him.
Yeah.
How big is having that mental burden off your shoulders?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty significant to have somebody just right in front of you leading the race, and it kind of makes you just not focus that first mile. He's focusing on the pace and he's taking control of it. So for me, just to take that like focus off my mind and just sit behind him and let him do the work, it's huge.
What's been going so right this year? What has changed that now you're at this level that we've never seen in high school before?
Yeah, I mean, I really think it was just after cross country nationals, just something clicked in my mind, and everything's just been going really smooth since, and I'm super confident just moving forward and mainly just having fun.
What's your motivation? Are you a guy that's like, I love racing? Are you really into the process of training? I guess, are you an animal? Are you just thinking about times? Describe a little bit of your mentality.
I definitely really love the aspect of training. I mean, just going out for a run every single day, I look forward to it. I'm sitting in school just thinking about where I'm going to run today, and it just helps me get everything off my mind. So that's definitely my favorite part.
Are you a self-proclaimed running nerd?
I mean,
are we there yet?
I guess so, maybe a little.
I'd have to take a look at your Instagram following to get a better sense of it.
Yeah.
So at this point in the race, you guys just came through 1,200 meters in 3:16. Do you feel confident that Marcus is going to get you where you need to be?
Yeah, I mean, he did a really good job, and I mean, even if we're a little off like 4:18, but it's really tough to tell with that 18 meters, like 1,618. It's like right around there. So as long as he brought me through anything 420 and around there, it was spot on.
It seems like every year high school kids are getting faster and faster. I'm just curious from your generation, because I feel like, the older guys, we all have our idea of what's going on. What do you think's happening? Why are you guys running so fast?
I mean, I think just a lot more people are getting into the sport, and definitely training. Just people are getting smarter, and people are finding more opportunities to go and race and bigger races against more people, and just like the publicity of like social media and stuff, just seeing everybody do all these cool things. So yeah,
I feel like there's this sense, it's like, oh, well, if you're running 8:34 now, then you must be running 100 miles a week for the last 5 years. Is that true?
No, it's not. I mean, I pretty much started training pretty hard my sophomore year, starting about like building up to like 50 miles. And I've never really gone any higher than maybe 65 in cross for my senior season. But like this year I've hit 60 maybe twice and mainly just 55. So
I know it's not just about miles as well, but have workouts been clicking this year? I know when we spoke earlier in the season that it sounded like things were going well, but then you had a couple races. Is there something that happened in training the last month or so that you said, all right, I'm really ready to rip now?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely wasn't necessarily in training, but after like the Grand Prix mile, after I ran 402, my training kind of ramped up a bit, you know, realizing I'm at this fitness level and it's like, got to make the workouts a little faster. And then after that, things just started clicking. Like these new paces felt good, fast, and just helped me build a lot of fitness.
So 2K in, all on your own right now. Where's your mind? Is this a dark time in your life?
I mean, yeah, these next couple laps, really tough, but it's just trying to stay mentally tough throughout the race and just focus on the end goal and having fun too. Like looking at the crowd.
Do you have certain mental cues that you're thinking about? It's like, oh, keep the arms low, keep my face relaxed, anything?
I mean, I try to focus on pumping my arms a lot. It's something I struggle with. Sometimes they're a little lower, but when I get them up higher, I feel my turnover going, so that was something I was trying to focus on.
Can you hear coach or your family yelling at you when you're out there, or are you just in the zone?
Usually I'm just in the zone, but one person I can always hear is my coach. He's just this voice that's always there, and I can always hear him.
Have you taken a look back at any point in the race here and kind of seen like, all right, it's me versus the clock now?
I mean, there was one point that I glanced up at the big board and I saw everybody behind me, and it was like, all right, nobody really went with me, but it's just kind of me against the clock, like you said.
Did you feel confident right here that you had it?
I mean, I was confident in myself, but you know, there's always that slight chance that maybe you know, the lights catch up to me and I don't break it, but I was just trying to stay focused on these last couple laps.
Now you're catching up to other people in the race. Is that helpful to kind of have someone to chase rather than just, you know, a blank track ahead of you?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely helps a little. I remember hearing Chris during the race. She told me just to try and race the other people and just try to pick them off one by one, and it definitely helps a little.
Now, do you consider yourself a big closer? I mean, you've shown that you can make it hurt in the middle of the race. But how's your kick?
I mean, in a mile, I feel like my kick has gotten a lot stronger over the years, but I mean, in this race, I was hurting a lot, so I don't know how much of a kick I had.
So we're approaching 400 meters to go. Have you seen this number on the clock before?
I mean, at Notre Dame, it was like the odd sized track, so I didn't know the time, but here, seeing that 7:30, it was like, all right, I just got to close like as hard as I can.
I know that the crowd is pumped right here. They know how close it is. The lights caught back up to you there for a moment. Can you feel that energy rising?
Yeah, I mean, when I came around this corner, I think it was, the crowd just started to get super loud as these lights were catching me, and I was just like, I got to go with them. And to be honest, right at that spot, I thought I had, or like a little before, I thought I had 400 meters left, but I mean, I was on the last lap right here, so it was just like, give it everything you got and try to close.
All right, I'm going to put you in a tough spot. You're the TV broadcaster calling your own race with 100 meters to go. Give me a good race call.
I mean, he's coming across the home stretch. The lights are not in view anymore, and the lights are flaring, and just coming across the line at 8:34.85. Just an awesome feeling for him.
That must feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Was that surprising to see it that far under the record?
I mean, it was kind of the goal to maybe try to go 8:36, but 8:34 is just above and beyond, I guess.
All right, so we know you're going to Notre Dame next year. I guess first off, why Notre Dame?
I mean, it was just mainly the coaches. They really made me feel at home from day one, and the team and the atmosphere is awesome. And obviously, we got a stacked recruiting class coming in, so I'm just super excited for the next couple of years.
Where are we going to see you next? What's the next goal now that you've knocked this one back?
Probably see me at Arcadia. Hopefully, compete with everyone out there, and Should be a fun race.
Is that your race to lose now?
I guess so. So, yeah, you'll see me out in California. A long travel, but yeah, it should be fun.
Very cool. Well, Drew, congratulations. That was awesome. A highlight of the meet for sure. And we'll see you outdoors.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.